Have you ever looked out at your city or your town and just wondered, why here? Why not a mile down the road or over on that other hill? Well, the thing is, where we live is almost never an accident. There's this hidden logic, this story behind the layout of our world. And today, we're going to decode it. Just look at this landscape. It's beautiful, right? But it's way more than just cities and farms and a river. What you're looking at is a story written right onto the face of the earth. It's a map of human choices, and we're about to figure out how to read it.
So let me ask you that question directly. Why is your town right where it is? Do you think it was just some random fluke of history? Or was it a whole series of deliberate choices made by people maybe hundreds or even thousands of years ago? To get to the bottom of that, we're going to put on our settlement builder hats, okay? Just for a few minutes, imagine we've gone back in time. Our one job is to find the absolute perfect spot to start a brand new community from the ground up. So, what's the first thing we look for?
Well, rule number one, and this is a big one, is right here. You follow the water. You absolutely need a reliable source for drinking, for watering crops, and for transport. I mean, think about the Nile River in Egypt, right? Its floods created that super fertile land that became the bedrock for an entire civilization. Every great early city has a story like that. It's non-negotiable.
Okay, check. We've got water. What's next on the list? You need land that's actually going to cooperate with you. You're searching for flat, fertile plains, ideally right near that river. You know, land that's easy to build houses on and perfect for growing enough food to feed everybody. Sure, you can build a city on a steep mountain, but why make it so hard on yourself?
And that brings us to the third key ingredient, connection. See, once you're growing more food than you need and making things, you need a way to trade with other people. A natural harbor, a river that flows out to the sea, a nice flat valley where you can easily build roads, these connections become the lifeblood of your economy.
So we can pretty much boil all this down into three big buckets. First, you've got the physical factors. That's the water, the terrain, the climate we just talked about. Then there are economic factors, things like access to resources, transport routes, and jobs. And finally, you have social and cultural factors. Maybe you need a hilltop that's easy to defend, or you want to be near a place that's religiously important. It all plays a part.
All right, so picking the spot is just step one, because once a settlement gets going, it starts to grow. And how it grows, well, that's a whole other story. They often expand in these really distinct patterns.
Just look at the city center here. See how everything is packed in so tight? This is what we call a nucleated or a clustered pattern. It happens a lot when people gather around one central point, you know, like a marketplace or a fort. It's all about being close to the action, to your community, and to your business.
But then, look over here. Along this main road or right on the riverbank, the houses are all just strung out in a long line. That's a linear pattern. For the people living here, the top priority isn't being near a central square. It's being right on that transport route. Everybody wants a little piece of that main artery.
So let's quickly recap those three main patterns. You've got nucleated, where everything is clustered together, which is great for trade and defense. Then there's linear, where everything stretches out along a road or a river. And the third kind is dispersed, where houses are just scattered all over the place. You see that a lot in farming areas where everyone wants to be on their own plot of land.
Now, all of this building, all of this growth, it obviously has a massive impact on the environment. And to really understand that human footprint, we have to get two key ideas straight. The difference between what the land is and what we decide to do with it. And it really just boils down to this. Land cover is the what. It's the physical stuff that's actually on the ground. Is it a forest, grass, water, rock? It's what's naturally there. But land use, that's the why. That's the purpose we give the land. It's about what we as humans decide to do with that forest or that grassland.
Let me give you a super simple example. The land cover might be a forest. That's what's physically there, right? Trees, dirt, leaves. But we might decide its land use is going to be a recreational park with hiking trails and picnic tables. See? Same physical space, but now it has a human purpose attached to it.
Or here's another one. The land cover is a river. It's just a body of moving water. But its land use could be for transportation, shipping goods up and down, or for commercial fishing. We've essentially turned a natural feature into an economic engine.
And this brings us to what might be the biggest takeaway of all, and it's a direct quote from the source material. Land cover changes as per the change in the land use. What that means is, when we decide to change the use of the land, say turning that forest into a farm, we literally change the cover of the land by cutting down trees and planting crops. Our decisions directly reshape the physical planet.
So, let's bring all this back home. We've talked about why we settle where we do, how those settlements grow, and the mark we leave on the land. Now, it's time to use all that to read the story of your own world.
Because every single town, including yours, is like a living history book. It's the story of this constant back and forth between people and their environment. It's a story of how the land shaped our choices, and how our choices, in turn, reshaped the land.
So the next time you're walking around your neighborhood, really look. Really look. Is there a river nearby? An old railway line? Is your town built on a hill? Ask yourself, what natural features and what human decisions made this place the place I call home? I promise you, the answers are written all over the landscape, just waiting for you to find them.